Welcome, everybody. Welcome to episode number 5 of the Ryder Show. Today, college football. Big news the other day. It was Saturday. The MAC came out and said they are not playing this fall. So what does that mean for everybody else? And also, I gave out my top 4 for this upcoming season if we do have one. So let's start off. Everyone already knows, if you follow college football or anything like that, the MAC has come out and said they are not going to be playing this fall. I'm not too entirely shocked with that. Because a lot of these, if you follow the game or anything, you know that these smaller schools, they do at some point. Also, I think safety has a lot to do with it as well, but the money aspect of it. A lot of these smaller schools, they rely on these paying games. So these, a lot of these conferences like the Big Ten, the Pac-12 saying, hey, we're only playing conference games. As of right now, is basically saying, hey, we're not going to be able to play, so we're not going to be able to pay you. So that's a lot of the problem too, the safety measure as well. But then UConn, even the other day, I don't know when it was, but they came out and said that we're not playing at all. So, and I see where that comes from as well. You got the teams, saying they're not going to be playing this season. Whereas they're not playing non-conference this season at all. UConn, they got the mandatory 14-day quarantine if they leave. So you gotta have a quarantine every. You won't even be able to play the next game. So I'm not too shocked that UConn, with moving to an independent, not even having a conference, so they essentially call their own shots, and that's crazy that we even got to this point. This week I think the Big Ten and the Pac-12 were supposed to meet. I think the Big Ten met on Saturday. They didn't vote on it, but keep an eye on those two conferences this week. Because if they cancel and they follow suit with the MAC, it's really hard to say. And right now, I'm only at 10% that we're playing. If you would have asked me back in, say, March or April, I would have said 90% play. So and that's where we're at right now in August. We should already, I know the NFL should already have some preseason games going. A lot of these college teams haven't even had contact practices yet. I think some of them are starting up today. And we're at that point. I just don't see it happening. I do see that some schools are starting to come out and say, like WVU, for example, is saying we're looking at 20 to 30% capacity for fans. And I know a lot of other schools have done the same thing. This season, if it is played, it's going to look a hell of a lot different if we do have one at all. And like I said, I'm at the 10% mark. I just don't see it. And this is not going to just affect, if they say they do push it to the spring, you're also going to affect the 2021 season. And I know the MAC's also looking at, playing in the spring. I don't know how that's going to look. And as for the other group of 5 schools, you got to keep an eye on that too. Because if the Pac-12 and the Big Ten do say, hey, we're not playing this fall, you're essentially going to knock out all those other, like the Conference USAs, the Sun Belt's a different aspect. I know their sources have said that they're keeping an eye on the SEC. Partly because a lot of those Sun Belt teams, they do play SEC schools for the pay, per se. All right, so keep an eye on the Mountain West, keep an eye on Conference USA, and even the AAC. Man, you're going to see a lot happening this week. This week is going to tell a lot on the season if we're going to have one or not. And if those two conferences do go, it's going to open up because no conference wants to be the last one. Now, if there would be a last one, I think the Big 12 and the SEC will stay out the longest. But I do see that a lot of these schools are taking the most they can out of every safety precaution. And some players are wanting to play. Trevor Lawrence even came out and said, hey, I don't know about y'all, we're ready to play. We want to play. Now, will they get their wish? I don't know. I want to have a college football season. Nothing beats a Saturday college football. Nothing beats it. And now we're not going to have action, during the week. That's kind of a bummer. But, man, college football in the fall, can't beat it. And we're probably not going to have it. And I hate and I hope that this does not fall into college basketball as well. Which it might as well. It could. It's a possibility. Right now, if you ask me, I'm probably at a 70% play for college basketball. I think it's a little bit easier, smaller rosters, less, but man, it's going to be up in the air for that. But I hope it doesn't, and I hope by some miracle things kind of settle down a little bit. But I just not seeing it, especially out in the Pac-12, the Big Ten, especially in Southern California, Arizona. It's running rampant out there. So we'll hope for the best, and hopefully we have a college football season. Now, polls came out the other day. So I want to give my top 4 in case we do have a season. I plan on doing this, every week as the season goes on, if we do have one, which I hope we do. So, number 4, putting Georgia at number 4. Returning a nice defense. Sweet defense. Now, Alabama at number 3. Nick Saban always reloads. Be kind of excited to see what they do quarterback-wise this year. So keep an eye on the Tide. They're always in contention every year. Number 2, Ohio State returned a lot of their players. Justin Fields coming back. Top 2 probably the second best quarterback in college football. And number 1, Clemson. Trevor Lawrence is a dog. Let me say that. Number 1 overall pick this year, even if we don't even play. If we don't play, Trevor Lawrence is going to be the number 1 overall pick. He could set out, rest up, whatever. But you know what? This dude wants to play. Clemson is my favorite to win it this year. I have Clemson and Ohio State in the title game as of right now, depending on how this all shakes out with everything else. But as of right now, that is my top 4 coming into the season. I'm really excited. This will be a really good year. But, let's hope for the best. So definitely just, keep an eye on everything. But other than that, I do want to show a big shout out to everyone. I know I say this every week, and I'm completely grateful for everything and all the support that I have been shown. So please continue to share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube and as well as my Spotify page. We're now on Spotify as well. So please and thank you for everything everyone has ever done for me. It means the world to me. Other than that, that's all I got time for today. If anything pops off towards this week, I may come out with something, maybe towards the end of the week. But hopefully when I talk to you guys next, we don't have any more cancellations. But if we do, we have to move on, and we'll get out of this eventually. America always does. We prevail in everything. So other than that, everyone have a great rest of your day. Show everyone love, and have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and thank you for watching.